Hopefully we got some of my plus size ladies in the building. But this information, this is a great video, and I think it would help women discuss the conversation of dating while plus size with their female friends who are overweight or obese. I think this young woman, her name is Sophia Roses. I don't know how her channel came across my timeline, but it may be because I was looking at some fitness stuff. But she actually has a channel somewhat dedicated to her pre and post-op surgery. She had vertical sleeve gastro surgery, and she actually did a video explaining her dating experience from when she was overweight to her being actually in shape. Beautiful black woman. She was actually gorgeous while she was, obese. And you'll see a picture of her that she put into her video. I know people say, well, obese women can't be beautiful. Yes, they can. Overweight women can be pretty in the face, but they just overweight. It is what it is. I'm the first to tell you that if Jill Scott looked my way, it may be a problem. You've been good to me. I would get in trouble. Yeah, but Jill Scott, she wink at me. It may be I may get cut or something. I don't know, but but yeah. But you guys will see the video, and shouts out to her. I want to make sure her video is titled "Dating Before and After Losing 160 Pounds, 1 year and 9 months VSG post-op." So let's check out this video, and I'm going to point out some things for the ladies, and hopefully the women are still here. This could actually help you talk to your overweight or plus size friends. Here we go.
Weight loss stats. Let me pull it up. My heaviest weight was 297 pounds. Surgery date was July 20th of 2022.
So July 20th, 2022, 297 pounds. Lord have mercy. And she's a little small little thing too. And like I said, guys, she's a very attractive, beautiful young woman. And I couldn't even imagine her being at that weight, just by the way that she looks. But she had the surgery 2022, July, and she looks like this. So that surgery actually works. She did it the right way. I guess she's going to the gym. She's maintaining her weight. And man, that's crazy. So let's continue.
My surgery weight was 281 pounds. When I did my liquid diet, lost 16 pounds in 7 days with my liquid diet before surgery, and I went down to 281. Currently, I weigh 136 pounds.
That is crazy. Shouts out to her. Even when, people, you didn't do it the right way. You got surgery, but damn, she saw an issue. She took care of it, and she's maintaining it. So kudos to her. 136 pounds from 297. Sheesh, in 2 years, mind you. Goodness gracious.
So all in total, I lost 160 pounds, and the total weight I lost from my surgery date is 144 pounds. So this is me.
She was an attractive young woman even while she was overweight. Look at her. You could always tell that she was attractive. She was an attractive young woman. She just needed to lose weight. That's... Y'all let me know.
At 297 pounds, and this is me currently at...
Look, she a little thing. So she went from that to this. Look, that's crazy. This is actually an inspiring video for a lot of women.
136 pounds. I hit the 130s back in December of 2023, and I've been maintaining this weight ever since. So that's where I'm at with my weight. Now let's talk about dating. I did a dating video when I was within my first year of BSG. I think I was about 8 months into my weight loss journey. So let's rewind. I'm going to tell you how dating life was for me at my largest. So I fluctuated with my
Okay, so this is the good part. And like I said, I love when women do introspective videos like this, because when it comes from men, particularly black men, they tend to get offended. So now we have another young woman, and I've done videos on this before, where she's explaining her differences on the dating market. And I have multiple videos saying damn near the same thing that she's going to say about her dating experience. But since she lived it, it makes it that much more valuable and important for women to see and hear. So let's continue. Fair use. Shout out to her.
weight throughout my life. I've done yo-yo diets, I've done keto, I've done all of that. I was big, I was small, like there was so many different stages in life I was in terms of weight. So, my dating experience have been up and down, up and down, up and down. But when I was a larger person, never had issues dating in a sense of I never had issue finding a guy.
You hear that? That's key. She says she's never had problems finding a guy. Let's continue.
Okay, let's get that like out of your mind. Some people think that when you are overweight, when you are heavy set or heavier, you will have issues finding a guy, all these weird things in terms of looks. Beauty is the eye of the beholder for sure. And honestly, like there's people who's into big girls. That's just what it is. I never had any issues finding a guy. That's what I'm trying to say. I didn't have the best relationship. It just never developed into something that was like great, if that makes sense. Like I never been in love before, ever. Every relationship that I had just kind of fizzled out. Like that's just what it is. And I always told myself, well, if I was skinnier, I know that my love life would be better. That was something that was in my mind throughout my whole dating experience. Most of my relationships from the past has been a slow burn in a sense where either we started out as friends or that person was somehow linked to my past growing up or something like that.
So that's a key thing right there. And I want to explain this to the ladies. So when you're a plus size woman and you're on the dating market, men don't have time to see your personality or your endearing characteristics just by the way that you look. So they will never get to see how charming you are or how great of a person you are if they're not going to spend time getting to know you. Now she's basically saying that most of her relationships in the past were from friendships. So those men were actually around her. So they got to know her, and they, I guess kind of look past the weight because they knew that she was a good person. And that's how she started dating. And that's what tends to happen with plus size women in their dating experiences. They tend to rely on like friendships and things like that because the average man, because the average man doesn't find plus size women attractive, they're not going to spend time to get to know this woman, and they're going to cancel her out based off of her being obese or plus size. Most men, not all, most. Let's continue.
Would start out as friends and then they're like, hey, you have a really great personality. Let's
You see that? Here we go.
see how it goes. It will work out. And then it just kind of fizzled out. And that was the extent of my dating, like almost serious relationships, right? It just never worked out. When I do date around or date guys who just met me, wow, it's bigger. It was a sense of, okay, let me tell her what I want and see where it goes. So, what I mean by that is that when I was dating larger, a lot of guys didn't really put a lot of effort into dates or when they communicated with me. It was just like, hey, like, I'm looking for this. So what's up?
Yeah. And she's being very clean, and I respect her for keeping her platform clean. But when she's saying a guy is telling her, I'm looking for this, she means sex. She's saying that when she was a plus size woman, men didn't hold their tongue. They would come straight out and say, hey, I want to have sex with you. And you guys going to get the picture in a second here. But what she's explaining is exactly how it's always been understood. But from her and her dating experience, I'm glad that she's able to tell this story, because this is what men already know. But a lot of women don't, because men tend to be more forward when they're talking to a plus size woman. And she's going to go into the details. She understands now. So here we go. Fair use.
And then, you know, me, I'll be like, no, bye. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like guys, when I was bigger, like, I was able to weed out guys that I did not want to get involved with, because I don't know, like, it's probably my opinion. They saw a bigger girl and they were like, you know what? I could be honest with her. It's like I don't need to like put in effort, you know? So I'm gonna lay it all on the table, and if she takes it, she takes it. Why wouldn't she take it, right? And then I'll be like, no, I'm not with it.
But she just said they more honest. Like, hey, this is what I want. But she was like, no, I'm not looking for that. And that was her experience as a big woman. And again, let me put out this disclaimer for the ladies who may be watching this. This next video by Patrice may be a little bit crass, but is definitely necessary. Because Patrice died in 2012, somewhere around there, maybe November, December 2012. So this is how old this video is. And I'm trying to educate the women on letting you guys understand that this is what men have already known and understood. So she's just experiencing it in real time. And this could be beneficial to the ladies who are plus size moving forward. So let me let Patrice O'Neal say what he has to say. And again, ladies, my apologies, but this has to be said. Here we go.
And what it is, people don't understand. A fat woman like this gets the same amount of people hit on her the same amount of times they hit on a beautiful woman.
Really?
And maybe more. And the reason why they get hit better on is because guys think they can actually fuck them that day.
Oh, they're completely attainable.
So beautiful women never get like those kind of hits where you go, hey baby, I'm gonna fuck you right now. They always get, well, I'm gonna buy you flowers. But this bitch gets, I got a big dick where you suck it, and she'll go, why yeah, nigga. I suck that dick, motherfucker. And then the beautiful ones is all lonely, but she's fucking your man, this girl.
I hate dating. I have zero desire to go out on dates.
A lot of guys tend to think we're very easy, and I believe it's because a lot of big girls are easy.
They kind of view us as people with like lower self-esteem, so they feel like they can get away with a lot more. So I kind of feel like that happens to us more than like anyone else.
Like they don't think we're gonna catch on.
Because we're insecure. You know, I feel like there's a reason why they're gonna assume this, because most girls are gonna, you know, go along with it. I don't blame them. I also was a very insecure girl. I'm not gonna say I'm like completely confident now, but you know, I'm getting there.
Go out with somebody and you're cute enough to want to hook up with, you're cute enough to, you know, get along with, you're cute enough to friend zone, but you're not cute enough to date. And that's the most heartbreaking thing ever. I've been through that one too many times.
Are you under the impression because I'm fat, I'm down to is that what it is?
I am not willing to go out with, talk to, meet up with any guy who essentially puts off the vibe that he's only interested in having sex with me.
Ready to bust it wide open for you? Is that what it is? Like, I'm confused.
Of course, like every guy I've talked to online, it always resorted into sex.
Because that is not going to happen anytime soon. I'm really just on those apps for the dating potential. Like if I date somebody, I date somebody. If I don't, I don't. But I'm not into hooking up with people.
I want someone where I know they really like me for me, like my personality, my mind, everything.
I don't get it.
Yeah, that's just my question. And I've seen videos and I've seen comments that, oh yeah, guys, there's a lot of guys that like plus size girls. There's a lot of guys that like plus size, and they're not just ashamed. They don't mind saying that. But you never see them with any. You never see them with any. Ever.
And if that means I'm single for another 2 years, then that's what it is. Because the person that is for me is gonna take me right now at being a little over 300 pounds, because then in the future when I look at you, I can say you deserve me now at my best. Because this isn't my best. My best is yet to come. But you should earn and deserve me at my best.
Patrice just told you what it is. And it's very important for the next part of her video, because if you heard, he said that the beautiful women, they get men who kind of approach them as wolves in sheep's clothing. So they try and get in a different way. I'm going to buy you flowers. I'm going to do this for you. That's very important. Listen to what she's about to say. It's an amazing video. Here we go.
With me, like, I feel like guys were a little bit more honest with me in terms of what they were looking for in a relationship, or what they were looking for with me. I feel like, you know, growing up as a curvy girl, a lot of guys would like sexualize me a lot. And even though like I am not that type of person, because I was voluptuous, curvy, or whatever the case may be, that's what they saw. Take away the personality, this is who she is. And felt like dating for me heavier was a little bit easier in hindsight now. But at the time, I was just like, ugh, again, like, you know what I mean? Like, I just thought that if I was smaller, like, my dating life would be better, because, you know, maybe they will take me a little bit more seriously as a person or a potential girlfriend or whatever the case may be. So that was my mindset with dating. I never had issues finding a guy. The quality of guys wasn't that great. I never really had like a solid relationship. I blamed the weight for my lack of having a serious relationship. Thought that with losing weight, it would help me, you know, maybe better quality guys. Maybe they wouldn't overly sexualize me. You know, that was my mindset at the time. Now I lost all this weight. Dating is literally the same.
Okay, so this is where I disagree with her. She's going to explain why. She's saying dating is basically the same. So this is her after weight loss story with dating. Listen to what she says and see if y'all can point out the differences from her being a plus size woman dating and her, you know, being an in shape woman dating. Here we go.
Now, the only difference is that I feel like the quantity of guys, like I have more options now. And now I'm feeling a little bit more overwhelmed.
Okay. So I don't think she doesn't consider that a change in her dating aspect. But this is something that I've said in multiple videos before when I've broached this discussion with women. I told them nothing is a guarantee. If you lose weight, the only thing that will change is more men will approach you. You will get a wider net of men to choose from, which may become overwhelming. And I said this exact same thing in the video that I did about the young woman on the Kendra G show, where she lost all that weight and she was out there having sex with all types of dudes now that she's in shape.
And you did sleep with a guy 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. I mean, was I supposed to lie about that? Like,
you could have not answered, not necessarily lie, but you could have.
Oh, but see, that's the thing. I'm trans. Like, if that's not for you, like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm just going to be honest. Like, I think that's a fair thing to do. Again, I'm a grown woman, so we all have our needs, right?
Don't play with it.
But it's single means you're not in a relationship, you know. And I know that some people would require to be in a relationship before they are active, and I completely understand that.
Fast forward to a woman like this who loses a lot of weight. Now she has those guys that she used to fantasize about. They're in her DMs and she entertains them, and the only way that she knows how to get close to these guys is to have sex with them. And that's what tends to happen. Just like this woman here.
Because you did sleep with a guy 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. We all have our needs, right?
Don't play with it.
This is what tends to happen. Women will get it. She seems that she's a little bit different. She's not as frivolous with giving out sex like that. But this is what happens. Your wider net is cast. More men are attracted to you. And I'm glad that she said it may be overwhelming, because now you have all of these options of these men that are approaching you as wolves in sheep's clothing, even though we all want the same thing at the end of the day. So we'll continue, and I got some more to add, so hopefully women can understand. So here we go.
With the selections of guys. But whereas when I was bigger, I had such a small selection of guys, it was easy for me to navigate in that pool. Now it's...
You see that? That's a change. That's a huge change. Let's continue.
Ocean, like an ocean, okay? And I feel like, and I'm like, oh, like, leave me alone. Dating for me, it's a little bit scarier because, and I say scarier because I feel like now that I don't have the weight, I feel like the weight really protected me and guarded me, because guys, it's really sad, is they really didn't really respect me or didn't try with me. Now they see me, they are trying to gain my attention. And by gaining my attention, they would lie. Like, so many guys lie about everything just to make themselves seem like they are this person, but all in reality, they're really not. Now, currently, I am trying to use discernment and trying to figure out if this person is telling me the truth or not, coming at me with force.
All right. So that was a great way to end it. I'm going to go ahead and explain this here. It's quite the conundrum that women get themselves into when this type of situation happens. So on one hand, when she's plus size, men tend to be overtly honest. I want this.
You gotta give him that huck too and spit on that thing.
If you're not going to give me this, I'm not messing with you, because you should be happy that I'm even talking to you as a plus size woman, right? But when she does get in shape, now men tend to be a little bit more conniving, because she's conventionally attractive now, right? To the majority of men. So now guys are trying to get in there any way possible by either lying and showing up as somebody who they're really not. And she's smart enough to understand. But now that she has this wider net of men to choose from, she said that she's going to try and use a little bit more discernment. And this is where a man that you respect, a man that you know, a man that is not trying to have sex with you can step in and help you with your dating life. So if I have any advice for this young woman, please go seek out your father's knowledge and let him help you vet out these men that are now newly attracted to you. Or if your father's not there, either ask your brother, your uncle, somebody that you respect, a close friend, mentor. It has to be a man that'll tell you the truth about the men or the man that you're about to date. Don't go on this journey alone. She seems to be a very respectful young woman. She should be able to have somebody in her corner to tell her, like, hey, I know you just lost all this weight. So if you need any advice on the guys that you're dating, you can come to me and I'll answer your questions. What does this mean? He said he's going to do this. He said, or he did. And sometimes when you get an influx of new men that are attracted to you, you don't know how to handle that. So guys, like she said, they'll lie. So you got to have somebody around you so you can get the results that you want. And in my, the way I like to see it is, for every pound that you lost, you want to cash those in as chips to get married. So don't waste those chips of pounds that you lost on just having frivolous sex with men that are now attracted to you. It seems like she doesn't have that problem like the young woman on Kendra G's show. But for any woman that, becomes, fine, you should be looking for a husband now because you are in shape. So don't waste your chips. Don't waste the weight that you lost on just going out there sleeping with multiple men. Not talking to her. I'm talking to every woman that's on this weight loss journey. And then you're going to get an influx of guys that are now attracted to you. So shout out to Sophia Roses for putting out this video. Definitely was an amazing transformation. And I hope her platform does very well. But ladies, if you're watching, please take this message in good faith. And I think it would help you guys in the long run, okay? Intellect 2. Super Chat said, I won't even use wide bodies for sex. Zero use. And that's where the dating market, tends to get muddied. Because the same way women use men as friend zone guys or foodie guys, men will use women as sex only. And it tends to happen with plus size women. So that's why you have plus size women having the courage to come on a show like Kendra Cheese and say that she wants a man who is in shape when she's damn near 300 pounds. Because men are still having sex with these women. And I actually have a clip from a Kendra G episode or whatever, when it was a woman on there, she was bragging. She was like, yeah, the men, they lick the rolls, the toes, and all that.
I have never had a problem attracting guys or getting guys, and I was bigger than this, so they still gonna lick the rolls, toes, and everything else. So no.
They lick the what?
The rolls and the toes. Okay. And something else I'm not gonna say on your show.
So that's where these conversations tend to get muddy, because it seems like women have a hard time understanding that just because a man will have sex with you, that doesn't mean that he will commit to you. And I think, sometimes plus size women fall victim to that, because they'll say that, yeah, I can bag men all the time. Yeah, you can sleep with them, but they're not considering you for marriage. And that's the problem. So when men continue to sneak in. So